Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your own mind was working against you? Like no matter how hard you try, there's a voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough, that you'll never make it, that life is just too hard. It's like you're fighting a war every single day, and the battlefield isn't out there, it's right here in your own mind. See, a lot of people think their biggest enemy is the world, their circumstances, or even other people. But the truth is, the real war is happening inside you. If you don't control your thoughts, they will control you. If you don't fight for your peace, negativity will take over. And let me tell you something. You cannot win in life if you're losing in your mind. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck in a cycle of fear, doubt, or overthinking. You don't have to be a prisoner of your own thoughts. There is a way to break free, to reprogram your mind for success, and to win this war once and for all. And that's exactly what I'm about to show you. Because once you learn how to take control of your mind, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop you. So stick with me, because what I'm about to share could change everything. Every day you wake up and step onto the battlefield of your mind. The thoughts you entertain, the beliefs you hold, and the way you react to challenges determine whether you win or lose that day. And make no mistake, this is a battle. The mind is the most powerful weapon you have, but if you don't take control of it, it can also become your greatest weakness. Think about it. How many times have you talked yourself out of something before you even tried? How many times have you let fear, doubt, or insecurity stop you from going after what you want? It's not because you weren't capable. It's not because the opportunity wasn't there. It's because you lost the battle in your mind before you even stepped onto the field. Most people don't realize that their biggest enemy is not out there in the world, it's right inside their own head. And the scary part is that if you let your thoughts run wild, they will control you. They will dictate how you feel, how you act, and ultimately how your life turns out. That's why you have to take control of your mind. You have to guard it, train it, and make sure it's working for you, not against you. The mind is a battlefield, and like any war, you have two opposing forces. On one side, you have positivity, confidence, faith, and perseverance. These are the forces that push you forward, that help you believe in yourself, that remind you that you are capable of achieving great things. But on the other side, you have negativity, fear, doubt, and insecurity. These are the forces that try to hold you back, that tell you you're not good enough, that make you second guess yourself. And let me tell you, whichever side you feed the most is the side that's going to win. If you spend your time dwelling on negative thoughts, telling yourself you're not smart enough, strong enough, or worthy enough, then that's exactly what you'll believe. And if you believe it, you'll start acting like it. You'll hesitate when opportunities come your way. You'll convince yourself that success is for other people, but not for you. You'll shrink yourself down and stay stuck in the same place year after year. And the worst part, you won't even realize that the only thing holding you back was your own mind. But here's the good news. Just like any battle, you can choose to fight back. You don't have to accept every thought that comes into your mind. Just because a thought shows up doesn't mean you have to entertain it. You have the power to reject negativity and replace it with something better. When the thought says, I'm not good enough, you counter it with, I am more than capable. When fear whispers, you're going to fail, you respond with, even if I fail, I will learn and come back stronger. Winning the battle in your mind takes effort. It's not going to happen overnight. Just like a soldier trains for war, you have to train your mind every single day. You have to be intentional about what you allow into your thoughts. That means cutting off negativity, whether it's coming from people around you, the things you watch, or the way you talk to yourself. It means feeding your mind with positivity, reading things that uplift you, surrounding yourself with people who encourage you, And most importantly, speaking life over yourself every single day. Some people wake up and immediately let their minds drift to everything that's wrong in their life. They start the day complaining, worrying, or stressing about things that haven't even happened yet. But winners, people who understand that the mind is a battlefield, wake up and take control. They start the day with gratitude, with faith, with affirmations that remind them who they are and what they are capable of. They refuse to let negativity set the tone for their day. So the question is, are you going to take control of your mind, or are you going to let it control you? Are you going to keep losing the battle to fear, doubt, and negativity, or are you going to stand up and fight for your peace, your confidence, and your success? Because the truth is, your life will never be greater than the thoughts that dominate your mind. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you plant seeds of negativity, fear, and doubt, then that's exactly what will take root and flourish. But if you plant seeds of confidence, faith, and positivity, your mind will produce the kind of thoughts that push you forward instead of holding you back. The problem is most people don't even realize they're letting weeds grow in their mental garden. They allow negative thoughts to take over. And before they know it, their mindset is filled with nothing but self-doubt, worry, and limitations. Winning the war in your mind starts with one crucial step: feeding yourself the right thoughts. Just like your body needs the right food to stay healthy, your mind needs the right input to stay strong. You can't expect to feel confident if all you ever do is tell yourself you're not good enough. You can't expect to stay motivated if all you focus on are the things that could go wrong. The thoughts you feed yourself determine the quality of your life. And the crazy part, most people are feeding themselves garbage without even realizing it. Think about what you listen to every day, the conversations you have, the news you consume, the entertainment you watch. It's all shaping your mindset. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, gossip, and complaints, guess what? That negativity is going to take root in your mind. But if you're intentional about feeding yourself positivity, if you listen to uplifting messages, read books that inspire you, and surround yourself with people who push you to be better, you'll start seeing a change in the way you think. A lot of people don't understand that you have to train your mind just like you train your body. If you want to get stronger physically, you don't just sit around and hope for muscles to appear. You work at it. You exercise, eat right, and stay consistent. The same goes for your mind. If you want to be mentally strong, you have to do the work. That means challenging negative thoughts instead of letting them take over. That means speaking life over yourself instead of tearing yourself down. That means guarding your mind like it's the most valuable thing you own, because it is. One of the most powerful ways to feed your mind the right thoughts is through affirmations. What you say to yourself matters. Every time you speak, you are either programming your mind for success or setting yourself up for failure. If you keep saying, "I'm not smart enough," "I'll never make it," or "things never work out for me," your mind will accept those words as truth. But if you start saying, "I am capable, I am strong, and I am meant for great things," your mind will begin to align with those words. You might not believe it at first. That's okay. When a seed is planted, it doesn't sprout overnight. But if you keep watering it, if you keep feeding it, it will grow. The same is true for your mindset. The more you feed yourself positive, empowering thoughts, the more your mind will start working in your favor instead of against you. Some people hear this and think it's too simple. They say, "You don't understand my situation. You don't know what I've been through." And you're right, I don't. But what I do know is this: no matter what you've been through, you have the power to choose what you focus on. You have the power to choose what you believe about yourself. You have the power to decide what kind of thoughts you let take root in your mind. And if you want to change your life, it starts with changing what you feed your mind every single day. So ask yourself, what are you feeding your mind? Are you filling it with doubt, fear, and negativity? Or are you fueling it with confidence, faith, and determination? Because whatever you feed will grow. If you want to win the war in your mind, it starts with choosing the right thoughts and making sure that every single day you are feeding your mind what it needs to thrive. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you believe the world is against you, you will find proof everywhere. If you believe you are capable, strong, and deserving of success, you will start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. Winning the war in your mind is about mastering your perspective, shifting how you see things, and choosing to look at life in a way that serves you rather than breaks you. It's not about ignoring problems or pretending life is perfect. It's about training yourself to focus on solutions instead of problems, lessons instead of losses, and growth instead of setbacks. A lot of people go through life believing their circumstances control them. They think their past mistakes, failures, or hardships define them. But here's the truth. It's not what happens to you that determines your future. It's how you respond to it. Two people can go through the same situation and come out completely different. One person lets it destroy them, while the other uses it to fuel them. The difference? Mindset. The person who wins the war in their mind chooses to see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. They refuse to be victims of their circumstances. They take control of their perspective and decide to turn pain into power. Your mind is constantly giving meaning to everything that happens in your life. Imagine two people lose their jobs. One person says, "This is the worst thing that could ever happen to me. I'll never find another job. I'm a failure." The other person says, "This is tough, but maybe it's a sign that something better is coming. Maybe this is my chance to start fresh." Same situation, different mindset. The first person will stay stuck, drowning in self-pity and doubt. The second person will keep moving, looking for new opportunities, and eventually finding something even better. The way you think determines the way you act, and the way you act determines the results you get in life. Training your mind to see things differently is a skill, and just like any skill, it takes practice. The first step is awareness. You have to start paying attention to the way you react to situations. When something bad happens, what's your first thought? Do you immediately assume the worst? Do you let one bad moment ruin your entire day? Or do you take a deep breath, step back, and look for the lesson? The more you practice shifting your perspective, the stronger you become. One of the most powerful ways to shift your mindset is gratitude. It is impossible to feel defeated when you train yourself to see the good in every situation. Life is not always going to be easy, but even in the hardest moments, there is something to be grateful for. Maybe you lost something, but you gained wisdom. Maybe a door closed, but it made room for a better one to open. When you learn to focus on what you still have instead of what you lost, you take your power back. You stop seeing yourself as a victim and start realizing that even your struggles have a purpose. Another important shift in perspective is understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of success. Too many people see failure as proof that they aren't good enough. They let it stop them from trying again. But failure is not a dead end, it's a lesson. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than you can count. The only difference is they didn't let it break them. They learned, they adjusted, and they kept going. If you start seeing failure as feedback instead of final, you will begin to move through life with more confidence and less fear. At the end of the day, your mind is your most powerful tool. It can either work for you or against you. If you let negativity, doubt, and fear control your perspective, you will always feel stuck. But if you train yourself to see things differently, to find the good even in the bad, to focus on solutions instead of problems, you will unlock a level of strength and peace that nothing can take away from you. You don't have to let life control you. You don't have to let challenges define you. You have the power to win the war in your mind, and it all starts with shifting your perspective. Your mind is like a battlefield, and the enemy's greatest weapon is self-doubt. The moment you let negative thoughts take control, you start losing the battle. The war in your mind is not fought with weapons or physical strength. It's fought with belief, discipline, and the ability to recognize when your thoughts are working against you. If you want to win, you have to learn how to control your mind before it controls you. One of the biggest traps people fall into is believing that their thoughts are facts. Just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. You might wake up one morning feeling like a failure, like nothing in your life is going right. But does that make it true? No. It just means you're having a rough day. The problem is too many people take those thoughts and run with them. They start telling themselves a story. I'll never be successful. I always mess things up. Nothing good ever happens to me. And once that story plays on repeat in your mind, it becomes your reality. The key to winning the war in your mind is to challenge those thoughts before they take root. The moment a negative thought pops up, you have to stop and ask yourself, is this true or is this just fear talking? Is this fact or just my emotions trying to control me? 9 times out of 10, it's not reality, it's just your mind playing tricks on you. If you want to change your life, you have to start by changing the way you think. Another powerful way to take control of your mind is by focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. Too many people waste time worrying about things that are out of their hands. You can't control other people. You can't control every situation, but you can control how you react. You can control your attitude, your effort, your mindset. The more you focus on what's within your power, the stronger you become. The moment you let go of the things you can't control, you take your power back. Let's talk about fear. Fear is one of the biggest weapons the enemy uses to keep you stuck. It whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, that you'll fail, that you're not capable. And if you listen to that voice, you will never move forward. But here's the truth. Fear is a liar. Fear is just a thought, and thoughts can be changed. The only way to beat fear is to face it. The more you challenge it, the weaker it gets. The next time fear tries to stop you, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Most of the time, the worst case scenario isn't as bad as your mind is making it seem. And even if you do fail, so what? Failure is just a lesson. You learn, you grow, and you try again. One of the best ways to train your mind for battle is by surrounding yourself with the right people. If you're constantly around negativity, complaining, and doubt, it will seep into your mind and shape your thoughts. But if you surround yourself with people who uplift you, who challenge you to be better, who remind you of your worth, then you start to believe in yourself more. Choose your circle wisely. Your environment plays a huge role in your mindset, and your mindset determines your future. At the end of the day, you have to make a choice. You can either let your thoughts control you, or you can take control of them. You can let fear, doubt, and negativity win, or you can fight back. Winning the war in your mind is not about being perfect or never having negative thoughts. It's about learning to recognize those thoughts and refusing to let them define you. It's about reminding yourself every single day that you are capable, strong, and worthy of success. Your mind is your greatest weapon, but only if you learn how to use it. You have the power to shift your perspective, to let go of the things you can't control, to face your fears, and to surround yourself with people who push you forward instead of pulling you back. The battle is not won in one day, it's a daily fight. But the more you practice, the stronger you get. And once you learn how to master your mind, there is nothing that can stop you. Winning the war in your mind means understanding that your thoughts shape your reality. If you allow negativity to take over, it will dictate your actions, your choices, and ultimately your future. The battlefield is not outside of you, it's inside your mind. If you want to win, you have to train yourself to think in a way that serves you, not sabotages you. This isn't about ignoring reality or pretending that bad things don't happen. It's about learning how to manage your mind so that no matter what happens, you stay in control. One of the most powerful things you can do to take control of your mind is to change your perspective. The way you see a situation determines how you respond to it. Two people can go through the exact same experience, and one will come out stronger while the other falls apart. The difference is in how they choose to think about it. If you see every challenge as a disaster, as proof that you're not good enough, as a reason to quit, then you'll never make progress. But if you see challenges as opportunities to grow, as tests that make you stronger, as lessons that prepare you for greater things, then nothing can break you. It's not about what happens to you, it's about how you see it. There will always be things in life that you can't control. You can't control other people, you can't control the past, you can't control every circumstance, but you can control your attitude, you can control your response, you can control whether you let a problem defeat you or whether you use it as fuel to push forward. The moment you shift your mindset from being a victim to being in charge of your own life, everything changes. Another key to winning the battle in your mind is gratitude. It's easy to focus on what's wrong, on what's missing, on what's not going the way you want. But when you do that, you feed negativity, you give it power. The more you complain, the worse you feel. But if you make it a habit to focus on what's good, on what's working, on what you have, instead of what you lack, your whole outlook changes. Gratitude is not just about being thankful for the big things. It's about learning to appreciate the small things too. When you wake up in the morning, instead of thinking about all the problems waiting for you, start by thinking about one thing you're grateful for. It might be your health, your family, the fact that you have another day to go after your dreams. The more you focus on the good, the stronger your mind becomes. Your inner dialogue matters. The way you talk to yourself shapes your self-peneuter. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I always mess up, I can't handle this, then that becomes your truth. But if you start speaking to yourself with confidence, with encouragement, with belief, then you start becoming the person you want to be. Your mind believes what you tell it. So if you want to win the war in your mind, start feeding it the right words. When you face a challenge, don't say, I can't do this. Say, I will figure this out. When you feel like giving up, don't say, it's too hard. Say, I am strong enough to push through. These small changes in the way you talk to yourself make a huge difference in your mental strength. Winning the war in your mind is a daily battle. It's not something you do once and then never struggle with again. You have to be intentional about what you think, what you focus on, and how you speak to yourself. The more you practice, the stronger you get. And the stronger you get, the less control fear, doubt, and negativity will have over you. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to make the decision that from this day forward, you will take control of your mind and refuse to let anything or anyone steal your peace. Once you master that, there is nothing that can stop you. The final key to winning the war in your mind is faith. Faith is not just about religion. It's about believing in something greater than yourself. It's about trusting that even when things don't go your way, there is a purpose behind it. It's about knowing that no matter how bad it looks right now, this is not the end of your story. When you have faith, you don't get stuck in fear. You don't let worry control your life. You don't waste your energy trying to figure everything out. You learn to trust the process, even when you can't see the full picture. Life is unpredictable. Things will happen that you never saw coming. You will face disappointments, setbacks, and losses. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, like nothing is working, like you're stuck. And this is where faith becomes your greatest weapon. Without faith, those tough moments will break you. You'll convince yourself that nothing will ever change. You'll feel like you're alone in your struggles. But with faith, you understand that the storm won't last forever. You understand that sometimes what looks like a setback is actually setting you up for something greater. Having faith doesn't mean you ignore reality. It doesn't mean you pretend that bad things don't happen. It means you choose to believe that no matter what happens, you will get through it. It means you refuse to let fear have the final say in your life. Fear will tell you that you're not going to make it. Faith will remind you that you've already survived so much and you're stronger than you think. Fear will make you doubt yourself, make you question your decisions, make you feel like you're not good enough. But faith will push you forward, remind you of your worth, and give you the strength to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. One of the most powerful things about faith is that it allows you to let go. Too many people are walking around carrying burdens they were never meant to carry. They stress over things they can't control. They replay their mistakes over and over. They try to force things to happen on their timeline. But faith teaches you to surrender. It teaches you to do your best and trust that the rest will fall into place. There is incredible freedom in realizing that you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to fix everything on your own. You don't have to carry every problem by yourself. When you trust that everything is working out in your favor, even when you don't understand how, you stop living in constant anxiety. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop living in fear of what might go wrong. Faith gives you peace. When your mind is filled with worry, it's hard to focus, hard to be happy, hard to enjoy life. But when you develop the mindset that everything is happening for a reason, that even your struggles are shaping you into the person you need to be, that no matter what comes your way, you will overcome it, you stop living with so much stress. You become calm even in the middle of chaos. You stop reacting to every little thing that happens. You stop letting other people's negativity affect your energy. You don't need faith when everything is easy. You need it when everything feels like it's falling apart. You need it when doors keep closing, when opportunities seem out of reach, when nothing is going according to plan. That's when you have to stand firm and believe that something better is coming. That's when you have to remind yourself that every great success story comes with struggles, that every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has had moments when they wanted to give up. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple: faith. The ones who make it are the ones who refuse to quit, the ones who keep going even when everything in them says stop. Winning the war in your mind isn't about never having negative thoughts. It's about not letting those thoughts control you. It's about choosing to believe in yourself even when you don't feel confident. It's about choosing to trust the journey even when you don't understand it. It's about choosing to focus on what you can control and letting go of the rest. And above all, it's about having faith that no matter what happens, you are exactly where you need to be and everything is working out in your favor.